Us have nice things.
And here we go with the politics.
Okay, you can do this. You got it. We can do this.
I'm the anime trainer, and this is part 3 of Hanayama's training program. We've had 2 Hanayama workouts already, so if you haven't seen those, go back and check both of those videos out. And remember that after we post all of the Hanayama workouts, we're going to have another video outlining how to do all of the workouts together in a program. Today, though, we're going to be tackling some powerlifting movements and some accessory movements to help with the major lifts and other strongman training that's in the program. Today is set up in a similar fashion to the first workout in the program, which is a pretty solid strength workout on its own. All of these exercises have 1 minute of rest in between the sets unless otherwise stated. The workout is as follows. Deadlift 5 sets of 5 at 80% of your 1 rep max. Overhead press 5 sets of 5 at 80% of your 1 rep max. Bent over rows 5 sets of 5 at 80% of your 1 rep max. Overhead tricep press 5 sets of 5. Good mornings, 5 sets of 5, and we're going to do some grip work. We've got dumbbell farmer's carry and pinch grip farmer's carry, 5 sets of 25 meters apiece, and then we're going to do extensor bands for 100 reps, grip hang to failure times 2, and 1 arm grip hang to failure times 2. If you want the raw, unmatched power of Hanayama, then we're going to need to tap into the kinds of training that the strongest men in the world do, and we absolutely cannot do that without the deadlift, which is where we're going to be starting today. If you've seen Eddie Hall or Half Thor pull over 500 kilograms, which is 1,100 pounds or more, you know that the kind of strength required to move that kind of weight makes you a big man. Legs, back, shoulders, arms, and grip, everything is taxed during a max effort deadlift. We're going to be building strength over time, so I'm not going to recommend that you guys go to try and max out your deadlift every single time you go in the gym. In fact, sub-maximal training is perfect for building strength without overtaxing the body. For the deadlift, stand close with the bar up against your shins, in flat shoes or barefoot, feet just underneath your hips. Hinge from the hips to grab the bar, keeping your back straight, your shoulders pulled back, and your lats flexed down. Your knees should not be pushing out against your arms at all. If they are, move your feet in a little bit or your hands out slightly. If your hamstrings are tight, it's okay to bend your knees to get into the position, but do not round your back to grab the bar. You'll start with your back parallel to the ground as you grab the bar. Your shoulders will be in front of the bar, meaning that the bar will be closer to you than your shoulders are. From this position, lean back onto your heels until you feel the bar begin to pull against your hands. At this point, drive your heels through the floor, squeezing your glutes, and keep the core tight to come to full extension. Full standing position. You should not have to shrug the bar back at the top. It should already be in that position. Your hips and knees should come to full extension at the same time. You should not be dragging the bar up your thighs, and the bar path should remain straight the whole time. If you are new to deadlifting, start very light and focus on form first. I'm serious, please do that. The deadlift is one of those movements that you can completely wreck yourself on if you do it improperly with too much weight. There could be a whole series on the deadlift here, but that's all I'll say about it for now. But I want you to be safe, start lighter than you think you need to, and progress slowly. This is the way. Up next is the overhead press. During the overhead press, you'll grab the bar just outside your shoulders, elbows directly underneath the bar, your forearms vertical on all sides. Without arching your back, you're going to press up and back over your shoulders in the same upside down J path that we talked about during the bench press. And at the end of the movement, there should be a straight line from the weight all the way down to your heels. Keep the glutes and abs squeezed tight during overhead work to prevent the arching of the back anytime you're lifting a weight overhead. No bouncing at the bottom of the movement, and make sure that you get full extension of the arms at the top. Up next, bent over rows. We'll walk up to the bar in a similar fashion as the deadlift. As a matter of fact, I like to deadlift the weight first in order to get into a better position with the weight. From the top of the deadlift, push your hips back so that you are bent over in between 75 and 90 degrees. I prefer to have my back just above parallel to the floor so that I can work the lats, lower back, and hamstrings all at the same time because you have to hold the position. Hands will be just outside shoulders. Keep the shoulder blades pulled back and think about driving the elbows back to move the weight in order to activate the lats, and fully extend the arms on every single rep without losing the position of the shoulder blades. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back tight. Control the weight and don't bounce at all. If you have to use your legs to help, the weight is too heavy for this exercise. Lose the ego and drop the weight. At the end, you can just put the weight down from the fully extended position at the bottom of the row. On all of the lifts utilizing 80% of your 1 rep max, if you are able to complete all 5 sets of 5 without failing, add 5 pounds to the bar the next time you do the workout. Up next, the overhead triceps extension. We're going to use the easy bar on this one for ease of use and do it from a seated position. Keep your elbows up toward the ceiling at the bottom of the movement, and at the top of the movement your arms will be perpendicular to the ground, completely straight up and down. Keep your elbows from flaring out during the movement, focusing on moving only from the elbow the entire time. The first time you do this exercise, it will be just with the bar, and you can add 5 pounds to the bar the next time you do the workout if you're able to do 5 sets of 5 with the bar without failing, which should be the case since it's going to be pretty easy. This may be really easy for the first few workouts, but it's a way to lighten your overall workload while you adapt to the whole program. For good mornings, you absolutely need to keep your back straight the entire time. There is no, I repeat, no rounding of the spine at any time. Full stop, forever, amen. The bar will be in a similar position as if you were performing a back squat. You'll have a slight bend to your knees, and then you will push your hips back, hinging at the hips until your hamstrings say stop. When your hamstrings say stop, that's it. To return to the starting position, squeeze your glutes to push your hips forward, maintaining good posture until you come to full standing. As far as your range of motion, don't try to get more range of motion by rounding your spine. I tell people this, even in person, all the time, and I still see them round the spine to get into the position. You don't need to round your spine to get further down. You're not doing more work when you round your spine to get further down into the movement. You're just putting yourself into a position for injury. Practice the movement with no weight at the beginning, and if you cannot keep your spine from rounding, you need to keep no weight until you can get the form down. Then you can add weight in the form of holding some light dumbbells on your shoulders instead of just jumping straight to the bar. However, if you can do it well and you are able to use the bar with good form, we're going to start with an empty bar and add 5 pounds to the bar after each workout if you are able to complete the 5 sets of 5 without failure with good form. This will ensure that we start slowly. The good morning is a dangerous movement if you don't take it seriously. It's the movement that Bruce Lee hurt himself on because he was basically lifting his body weight and his spine said nope. Of course, that was like only 135 for him, but still, that's not to say that you can't build to lifting 135 pounds or more on a good morning, but we're going to take our friggin' time here, especially since it's on deadlift day. I have spoken. And we're going to end this workout with grip work because it's a Hanayama workout, and that's what this man is basically known for. Well, except for being abnormally large and naturally a freaking monster. Up first is the farmer's carry. Start light the first couple of workouts to see how the farmer's carry feels. But ideally, you should be using a weight that is moderately uncomfortable to hold and move with, but doesn't destroy your posture. You should be able to maintain natural standing posture with the weight as you walk with it for the 25-meter distance. You can do all 5 sets at the same weight, with the weight being heavy enough so that the last 2 sets feels close to failure, or you can use increasingly heavier weights with the last 2 sets feeling close to failure. Either one's fine. You can move up week to week slowly as you feel comfortable with the weights. If you're barely holding them for the distance and your posture is falling apart, once again, check your ego, drop the weight. After that, we've got pinch grip farmer's carry. You'll grab a weight plate or even a brick, pinching the implement between your straight thumb and fingers. You won't be able to carry nearly as much as a normal farmer's carry, and that's because this is a different kind of grip strength. We've primarily been working on support, things like holding a bar or hanging from a bar, and crushing, closing the grippers in the first workout, kinds of grip strength. Pinch is one of the harder variations, but it is important for picking up things that you cannot get a good grasp on. I encourage you to try different implements, big plates like I've got here, small plates that are pressed together, stone blocks, or whatever you can manage to pinch and pick up. You'll find that weight is frequently not the biggest issue here, but rather the shape of the object. 5 sets of 25 meters will get you through this one. Up next is the extensor bands, which we covered the form for in the first Hanayama video, but this time we're going to try to get 100 reps in as few sets as possible. So start with the lightest band that you have and just rep it out as best you can. When you can get all 100 reps on both hands in a single set, it's time to move up to the next strength band. At the very end, we're going to work on grip hangs to failure. We're just going to toast this grip. It's going to be completely wrecked. We'll do 2 sets with both hands, holding until you have to let go, and then 2 sets with each hand separately. You'll find you won't be able to hold on very long with just the one hand version. At the end of this workout, your grip and forearms are going to be done, but the rest of your body should feel like it had a pretty good workout overall. But at least you won't look like Hanayama after his fight with Spec. Yikes. And that's the workout. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And an extra special thanks to our YouTube members and patrons, especially Mario Grinzato, who requested this with his special Patreon tier powers. If you would like to gain such powers, check out our Patreon link in the description and discover the power of Ultra Instinct like Mario here. I'm the Anime Trainer, and until next time, good luck and train hard.